welcome to my YouTube channel if you've not been here before. Now, if you saw my other diverticulosis video, then you know that I've had trouble with this for a few years. I've been diagnosed with this, I should say, for a few years. I eat pretty clean, so I don't have as many flare-ups, and that's what really helps me. But I have a few things I wanted to share with you today that I have used off and on over the last few years for flare-ups that have helped me, because if what happens over time is we don't eat well, we eat a lot of processed foods, a lot of sugars, just a lot of stuff that really wasn't made by God, really wasn't natural necessarily, or was natural and then we decided to change it, package it so that it's easier to fix, or stays good longer, preserves, and so forth. And in my opinion, after we eat like that for so long, over the course of our younger years, we develop the little pockets in our colon, and which then can get inflamed, infected, and causes a lot of pain. If you have experienced the diverticulitis, when it's flaring up, then you know what I mean. It is very painful. It sent me to the ER the first time I had it because I wasn't really sure what it was, but I was very, very sore, even to the touch of my skin. That's how inflamed I was. So I have learned to be able to eat, to take care of that, to not have flare-ups, because there are a few different things that can cause them. And I know this is what has caused it for me. You may have different things that cause yours. Stress causes mine. Like if we go on vacation, or if I have a change to my digestive tract, that can cause it. Antibiotics cause it. I actually took antibiotics, which I'm going to stay away from now on. I took antibiotics for something else, and it actually caused a flare-up. So anything that changes your digestion, the bacteria in your digestion, stress, anything like that can bring on an episode or a flare-up. So there's a few things that I have found. Now, these are not things that may work for you. I'm just giving you some ideas. There may be other things that you have found too. I know in my other video there was a lot of comments and a lot of different things that you all use that have helped you. But these are just a few things that have helped me, and things that I use daily, and some things that I use only when I have a flare-up. So I'm going to show you what I use. Now, keep in mind that I do drink a lot of water. I drink only water. I have a soda very, very occasionally, just because I may just want one with dinner if we're out somewhere, but that is very rare. I'm gonna say maybe 1 or 2 a year. It's very rare. Sometimes I will drink tea, but not very often at home. I actually don't remember the last time I drank tea, and we just about always have tea here. Coffee occasionally in the morning, but only when it's cold. Other than that, I drink plain water. I will add some vitamin C to it, or I have a pre-workout in the morning that I drink that has a little bit of caffeine in it, but that's all I drink. I drink mostly water. I try to drink half my body weight in ounces in water. That's a good starting point, but just drinking 8 to 16 ounces of water before you eat will also help your digestion, and if that's a great starting point. All right, the other thing that I use daily, these two I use together. So this is the shake I use. This is the brand that I like because it has no artificial sweeteners, colors, preservatives. All that is all whole foods. I use the vegan formula only because I like the flavor and the smoothness. It has it has a lot of probiotics. It has a lot of prebiotics, digestive enzymes. It just has a lot of good stuff. I know what's in it, and this is what I've used, and it works well for me. So this is not necessarily what you have to use, but make sure you do your research if you want a shake that has, I use it because in the morning it's just easy for me to do that in the morning for breakfast. It stays consistent, and I don't have to worry about it. Do I have it every single day? No, I do not have it every single day. Most days. But so I have that, but I usually add spinach to it. I have some milk in it. I add a fruit to it and some peanut butter, so I have a good balance and a lot of fiber. The other thing that I have recently added is psyllium husk powder. Now, this is a natural source. This is soluble powder. This is non-GMO, and the only thing that is in it is the husk powder. So this actually has, let's see, 7 grams of fiber. So what I do, this is, well, that is a level tablespoon. I use 2 teaspoons of this in the morning in my shake. I have found that this helps keep me regular, which is very important when you have the diverticulosis. Staying regular, keeping your digestive tract moving is very important. It's important all the time, but it's much more important when you have this, because you don't want anything staying in there long periods of time. You don't want to be constipated because that causes issues. So this has helped me. If you want to add it, now you can actually add this to, let's see, with water or juice and consume immediately, because what this does, this actually thickens up. So when I put it in my shake, I do not let my shake sit for a real long time. I go ahead and drink my shake. So whatever you add this to, you have to drink it pretty quickly because it does thicken up, and that's why it helps, because it thickens up and moves stuff along. So, and it does say start with smaller amounts. So if you were starting this, I would probably start with 1 teaspoon a day, work up to 2, and then if you wanted to go to the full tablespoon, you could. I don't. I only I use the 2 teaspoons, and it seems to work fine with me. You want to make sure you drink plenty of water whenever you're using this. So don't try to do everything at one time. So work on one thing at a time. If you want to up your water intake, say you want to drink a cup or 2 before each meal, then start there. And then once you get into a routine of that, maybe a week or 2, then you could add, if you have a shake you want to use, and you don't have to use a powder. You can use yogurt and fruit and throw in some spinach if you want, some milk, but you just want to make sure you have a good balance in that shake, in that smoothie. And then once you get that kind of down, you find a recipe you like, then you could start adding a teaspoon of this, and maybe add a teaspoon and drink that for a week and see how that does. And then if that's doing good, then maybe leave it. If you don't notice a big difference, try another teaspoon or maybe a teaspoon and a half and see how that works for you, and do that for another week and see how that works. See if it's helping and go from there. You'll know if it's working and if it's not, or if it's too much. I started with a tablespoon and did not read the directions very well, and that was too much for me. So 2 teaspoons for me in the mornings is really good. I got this on Amazon. This is the Now brand. I can link it below, the one that I bought. And then, so the other thing, I don't have one of the things out here, but if I do have a flare-up, I usually go liquid diet. I do still drink my shake because it's pretty liquidy. I go liquid diet. I do, if I have to do jellos, I do jellos, but I do chicken broth or vegetable broth with oil of oregano, either a drop or 2 in the broth, which adds a good flavor, or I have gel capsules. I'll link those below. I can't remember which ones they are. And I usually put a few drops of oil of oregano in that, and I can take that, and it's good. It's a good antibacterial, and it helps to calm that down so you can get back to not hurting, get back to normal life. The other thing is, someone turned me onto, is aloe vera juice. Now, this is kind of like that psyllium husk powder. This is a huge thing of it. So I'm pretty sure this is, I think, yeah, it's a gallon. Now, I have not used very much of this. Luckily, it is good for a few years. This one is actually, I've had this for a few months now, and we're in August, and this is good until 2022. So it does last for a while, but once you open it, it does have to go in the refrigerator. Now, of course, you can use this for other things, but you may not want to drink this plain. It tastes like grass. It tastes like weeds. It just has a very natural plant taste. It's aloe vera juice. So you do, unless you could, I didn't try adding it to my shake, but I guess you could. I'm not sure how that would taste, but I add spinach, so dilute it down with juice, and that does help a little bit. But again, you don't want to drink too much juice because it has, you know, a ton of sugar in it. But that's how I took it a few times when I had a flare-up earlier this year after I took the antibiotics for a tooth. So somebody had told me about this. So you can try this also, this aloe vera juice. Now you can find it at Kroger. It's actually cheaper at Kroger. I don't know if Walmart has it, but Walgreens had it, and it was like $5 higher at Walgreens than at Kroger. So if you can find it at Kroger, I would definitely get it there if you need to get it. But it does stay good for a while. So I mean, if you do have, I wouldn't buy it unless you have a flare-up. But here is by far what's helped me stay regular. And especially when I'm gone on vacation, I try to keep my morning as normal as possible. I have a good morning routine, and just to kind of keep things flowing, drink plenty of water. I think that's all I have for you. If you have anything that has helped you and you want to share below in the comments. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you aren't having some really bad problems with it. It is something that once you have it, you have it. It doesn't go away that I know of. It is not curable that I know of. You just have to take care of your body. And I think there's a lot more people that have it than realize it, and that just haven't had any trouble with it so far. But it's just one of those things. You got to take care of your body so it will kind of stay working and stay together. So until next time, I hope you all have a great day, and hopefully this helps. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. I'll try to get back to those. And if you have, like I said, if you have anything that's helped you, please share below, because that may help somebody else out. Somebody may not be able to use what I've used and may be able to use what you use. So I hope you all stay healthy and enjoy your day.